working out and going to a gym, and then eating chicken, rice, and broccoli. Those things are just a grain of sand on the beach of what health and life actually is. The ground is your most important friend. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you here on earth. So the relationship you develop with it is extremely important. What's up, guys? Welcome to my first episode of Ask Mikey, where you submit your questions and I give you an answer. So if you have a question, make sure that you post it down below in the comments and we'll do our best to give you an answer. The first ever question comes from Jakari Stewart, and he says, what are your thoughts on wearing shoes, Mikey? Jakari, bro, that is a phenomenal question. Now, the whole world wears shoes. Everybody wears shoes. But also what most people don't know is shoes are causing the majority of your problems. And I'm gonna get into it here. It can lead towards skin issues, bone issues, nerve issues, thought fog, the inability to think correctly. I need more fingers for this. Knee issues, knee problems, aging too quickly, rapid aging, that's right, you heard me, bacterial infections, and many more. They can also affect your heart as well. So let's get into it. We're gonna spark your mind and open your eyes on today's episode. Now again, our video would not be possible without today's sponsor, which is you guys, the viewers. So as you guys watch, like, share, you guys are sponsoring this video so we can continue to make more. You show that you like it, you comment, you give your questions, and we'll keep coming. So I just wanna say thank you for you guys for sponsoring us. Now I gave this question here a lot of thought. It came yesterday and I slept on it. And as I rose, I just had so many ideas of how to approach this topic. And one of the main things that popped up when I first saw this question was shoes cut off circulation to your feet. Just giving it some thought, think about it. The tighter your shoes are, the harder it is for blood to circulate to your feet. So if you already have problems in your feet, guess what? Tight shoes, socks, tight socks, and things like that are only going to further escalate the problem. See, blood is a nutrient transport. Act like it's a freight truck, right? Bringing supplies from one part of the country to another. And anytime a road is blocked off, you can't get those supplies that the people need in their grocery store or markets to be able to feed themselves. Your blood is the same way. It travels throughout your body, and anywhere where there's constriction, you cannot get an ample supply. Having good blood circulation could prevent things like deterioration of the bones, arthritis, atrophy in your muscles, and it even helps strengthen those muscles and make them stronger so they can last longer. So one of the main problems that I see, and I even recommend in my guide, is to protect circulation at all costs. You are a circulation machine. So anytime you wear super tight fitting clothes or anything like that, you are working against yourself. You won't have the good circulation that you need to properly nourish yourself. So that's the first thing that came to mind whenever the question was asked about the shoes. Second off, most shoes have elevated heels, and this can cause a lot of problems in your back and your hips. So if you're noticing that you have back problems, back pain, back soreness, everything always starts at the way that you touch the ground. This is going to correlate with the rest of your body and how it works. If you're on uneven surfaces, guess what? Then your hips have to correct themselves to it. Your upper part of your body and your equilibrium has to balance, and then it throws your entire body off of balance. And if the majority of the time your heels are elevated, you're lifted forward, so your gravity is always pushing forward on you. So instead of being in a perfectly upright position, you're slightly tilted forward, always trying to catch yourself from falling. This can cause slip disc, nerve damage in your back, it can cause your hips to be imbalanced or even pinching nerves in your hips. You want to make sure that as you step flat. And then when you do, your body will correct itself. Your body is meant to be perpendicular with the ground, not leaning forward, not leaning too much back. And when your feet are parallel with the ground, you can absorb as much energy as you can to take up throughout your body to move in the best way possible. If at any point in time your feet aren't perpendicular or unable to grasp the ground at a point, you cannot translate that energy of contact throughout your body, which means your body is working at a kinetic deficiency, which means you were supposed to take up a larger area with each step, but instead of having the maximum surface area to touch ratio, you're limited and only touching with certain points of your feet, which your body has to compensate in balancing, which constantly being in a point of uneven balance could cause deficiency or wear and tear in your joints, your ankles, your knees, and everywhere else, especially your spine. A lot of people have back problems because of this issue right here. Your feet need to be parallel with the ground. Your body needs to be perpendicular to the ground. And this will give you the support you need to have an even body, to have even posture, to have even muscle development. So one portion of your body is not overly developed while another portion of your body is underdeveloped. These are things that people may not have in mind whenever they put on their shoes every single day, but they play an important role in your life. If a person's unaware of these things, they may have a lot of issues that arise in their life, knee problems, joint pains, things like that, and wonder where is this problem coming from, not knowing it's a relationship they have with the ground. The ground is your most important friend. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you here on earth. It gives you something to stand on. It is your foundation. It gives you understanding. So the relationship you develop with it is extremely important. Next, number 3, most shoes have a pointed toe box, meaning it crams all of your toes inside, which is leading to the last problem as well. That shoe ends up forming your foot. Just as you would with a girdle or a waist trainer, so your feet are the same. Your body's very malleable and impressionable. So anytime you wear a type of bondage around any body part, it's going to end up shaping it and influencing it. And as a result of that, even whenever you take your shoes off, your foot is still going to be in the shape of the shoe itself, even your arches, which means the problem of the shoe and not taking up enough mass is still affecting you even as you have the shoe off. So with every step, you're taking up less surface area, which means you're not gathering enough energy to distribute throughout your body, which can lead towards weak points and even undeveloped muscles, tendons, and joints. Going back to problem number 1, whenever your foot is crammed inside of a shoe, guess what? There's poor circulation. So even to your toes, people wonder why they get fungal infections and issues with their toes. Well, they're not getting good circulation in that area to even fight against some sort of infection or bacteria or whatever, even if the main problem is because the environment the foot is in is very moist. If the body has good enough circulation, it can fight off any problem in any place, especially if it has great nutrition. So shoving your foot and cramming it inside of a shoe creates lack of circulation, and that lack of circulation can lead to a plethora of issues. Now, while I can talk about this subject seemingly forever, I'm going to end it off here at number 4, but do know there's a lot more problems than this. So if you guys have more questions about this, feel free to join my Discord community where people have private access to me. They can ask me questions at any point in time. And you have a community who is also like-minded and supporting one another, following the guide, following these ways, and getting higher levels of thought and cognition. Number 4, and this one may be more obvious than not because it's out there now, it's very common, but it separates you from the earth. We are electric beings and we are magnetic beings. So as we walk on the earth, we generate a charge. Momentum creates magnetism. But anytime you sever your connection to the earth, you don't get the type of charge you need, which could lead towards early aging. That's right. Having wrinkles and lack of collagen support and having more saggy skin could be a result of wearing shoes because you're not connected to the earth, getting that charge you need from walking or even just grounding, standing on the earth. It is literally that important. Most people in their fitness health quest are looking at just a few things: working out and going to a gym, and then eating chicken, rice, and broccoli. Those things are just a grain of sand on the beach of what health and life actually is. These little things that are seemingly insignificant are a major root of a lot of people's problems. And if they just change a few things like this, they'll see better results and outcomes from their gym and their dieting. These things take precedence, and they should be viewed as such because whenever you apply these things, they make phenomenal changes in your body. Just like I mentioned in my guide, instead of death by 1,000 cuts, you have life by 1,000 tiny little actions. So to conclude and wrap up, what do I suggest? I suggest as much as you can, do not wear shoes. They're not made for you. They're not made for people. They're not made for humans to walk in. They are a tool, and you should not be wearing a tool 24 hours a day. Yes, use them. If you're hiking, going on excursions, and your work environment, let's say that you work construction, you definitely want steel-toed boots because they will help save your toes. But the moment you can take those things off, take them off immediately. The moment your shift's over and you're clocking out, take them off and even drive home barefooted. It is better to only wear when necessary, which means every moment you don't have to wear shoes, don't wear shoes because every second counts. And you want to keep investing into your health bucket. Every minute you don't have those shoes on, you get better circulation to your feet, you get better support, they can breathe. The next thing I suggest is, as silly as this may sound, if you need to wear something to protect your feet against the ground, because I wouldn't recommend just walking barefoot everywhere. Doesn't sound very sanitary, does it? No, you don't want to cut your foot. So what do I suggest to wear instead? Wide box shoes? Not necessarily, because those are still shoes. They need to be laced and there has to be a constriction for it to bond to your foot. And then you also usually have to wear socks so you don't get some sort of bacterial growth. So instead, I recommend for opting in for a pair of sandals. Not slides though, because those can still form your toes and create constriction inside of that box. But instead of slides, get sandals. This way your foot can breathe. You can always spread your toes. You can slip them on or off easy. So even if you don't need the sandals, slip them off. If you're driving your car, you can just take them off, or wherever you are, they're easy to slide on, they're easy to take off. But most importantly, your foot will always have the chance to circulate and breathe. Another good thing about sandals are they're usually flat, so they're not influencing the arch in your foot and they're not elevating the heel in your foot. Mikey, I can't wear sandals to work. I have to wear shoes. So if you have to wear a shoe, you have to cover your toes up, I would suggest a zero drop shoe where the sole is completely flat with an expanded toe box that you can wiggle your toes in. Remember, if you can't wiggle your toes, then they're crunched in there and that's always going to create poor circulation. And one issue with your body always translates to another. Like I was mentioning earlier, you might have cognitive decline simply from this one issue, because if your body has to take energy to try to regenerate your foot every day after shoving it in because your body can detect where the problem is, then that's taking precious life energy away from your ability to focus and think, which brings you to your resources. Your body sees your feet as very valuable resources. So your body's trying to do everything in its power to keep them strong so you can keep going towards water sources, food sources, and so on. If at any point in time your feet tend to fail, your body will take energy to go and heal it, which could have went towards higher moments of neurogenesis, creating new neurons in your brain, the capacity to have the energy to focus on a certain topic so you can expand on that and make it more efficient. And then also to take that energy that it would have sent to your feet and redistribute it throughout your body so you just stay younger over time. Remember, the less problems you have throughout your life, the less you're going to age. It's not that aging is a problem, it's that we're just burning our resources for nothing. We want to make sure that every unit and drop of energy that we have is put towards life itself. I wouldn't start a fire in the kitchen just to go put it out. I'm wasting physical matter burning and water trying to put it out. So now I'm wasting resources and my energy to go put it out. So we want to make sure that we're efficient as we can and we're good stewards with our energy, and every unit of energy is going towards advancing and prospering our lives. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, make sure to share it. This is a new channel, so make sure to like and subscribe and do all the stuff. But ultimately, if you have a comment, post it down below. Let me know what you think. Is there something I missed or forgot to talk about? Did you already know these things? What were your thoughts on it? And if you have a question that you'd like us to ask, make sure to drop it down below as well, and we'll do our best to make a video for you. Until next time, I'm Mikey, and this is Ask Mikey.